Why is semen retention so powerful? When you think about it on a biological level, every single organism in this universe, every single living organism in this universe, what's their main goal? It's to pass on their genes. It's to keep it's to keep their DNA alive. It's to keep it passing through history. And you see it with, every single animal in history. And when it comes to semen retention, whenever you're holding in your semen or your life force energy, what's going to happen is the energy that you start to hold on to, it starts to transmute into different things. And you'll notice also mainly that it's going to transmute into things that make you more good looking. It's going to transmute into things that make you smarter, that make you more approachable, and ultimately more sexually valuable within the dating market, within the people around you. This is what semen retention is ultimately about. It's about energy. It's about transmuting that energy and putting it into something bigger and better than yourself and pretty much anything you could ever think of. When it comes to semen retention, you're not just challenging yourself. Yes, it is a challenge, and this is why so many men nowadays are such weak-minded individuals, is because they're so used to that quick dopamine. They want that quick hit dopamine. So it's like whenever they get up out of bed, and I'm even someone who does this from time to time. They pick up their phone, they scroll, they get on the hub, and then they beat off, and then they go right back to sleep. This is why so many men nowadays are losers, and I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, you're a loser if you do this. The only reason I'm posting these videos like this is to just spread the truth, to show people the best way of living, the greatest way of living. We've been programmed time and time again to, self-harm ourselves for short-term gratification, for short-term pleasure. And that's what most of us are so used to nowadays. We're so used to that short-term content, like TikTok. It's like you get 6 seconds of pure joy, and you get right to the next video, and all this dopamine is going off in your mind. And then later in your day, you're wondering why you feel like shit. You're wondering why you feel bad. You're wondering why you don't feel as good as you should feel. And then you start to question, is this why life is the way it's supposed to be? And of course it's not. God put you here in his image to be happy, to be grateful, to build, to create. And if we're made in God's image and he is the creator, and we were created, then what are we? We're also creators. We can create our own life. We can create our own destiny. We can create anything we truly want. And if you really think about it, the things all around you right now, they're just manifestations of man's creation. The house you live in, the phone that you're watching this through, the TV that you're watching this through, the laptop that you're watching this through. It was simply just a thought in man's mind. And then he said, you know what? I want to create. I'm going to create this. I'm going to make this imaginable. I'm going to make this a thing. In the past, we thought with technology and internet, we thought, well, maybe, it's impossible to reach and talk to somebody halfway across the world. But now it's a thing. It's possible because of man's creation. And circling back to semen retention, if you're constantly giving away the most powerful force in the universe, which is sexual energy, everything is ran off sexual energy. But if you're choosing to get rid of this energy, and you're choosing to waste this energy that we were never meant to waste until, of course, we procreate. If you think about it, it is kind of silly that people are wasting this life force energy, even though its sole purpose is to procreate and make more life. You know what I mean? And if you're constantly giving this energy away over and over and over again, you're pretty much freely giving it up with no return. You're not really investing in anything. You're just giving away freely and becoming a weaker version of yourself. And that's another positive benefit of semen retention, is that it creates a sense of control. For every single man in history, one of the most important things in life is just being able to control, even, with temptation, even with food, even with lust, even with greed, being able to control these urges and these passions go a long, long way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.